ISO stick, stick fit, stay happy. I'm super excited to do this class with you guys today. We're going to be doing some stuff seated, and then we're going to be doing a little bit standing, and so we'll be getting the full benefit of finding mobility and balance and strength in the body. So I'm really excited to get started. A couple of things though. Make sure you have water nearby in case you need it. So if you need to take a break, please do. Always listen to your body. That's what we're going to be doing today. So go ahead and grab your ISO stick, and we are going to start by bringing our bodies up nice and tall at the front of our chair. Make sure you got a nice sturdy chair, so make sure it's not too wobbly and that you're nice and comfortable at the front of that seat. And with those feet, we're going to walk them out a little bit so that they're right underneath the pads of the hands and the grips of the stick, and we'll just start pressing in and start waking those fingertips up, waking up our upper body. And as we do this, we're going to pull in, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the spine, and point the tailbone behind you. Big inhale, and then exhale, tuck the tailbone and around, spread between those shoulder blades and reach. Exhale, inhale, and exhale, round. Doing some cat-cow spine here. Inhale, lift, and exhale. Just getting that mobility back into the vertebrae. Inhale, working at your own pace so you're not doing anything crazy. And bring it back up. Inhale. And last, exhale, round, tuck that tailbone, spread between the shoulder blades, reach away, and gently come back up to alignment. So alignment, we've got those ears over shoulders over hips. That's something you can practice anywhere. Here, we're gonna place the stick right in between the toes and bring the arms up top. And we're just gonna walk the feet out so that we can give ourselves some space, so that when we reach away, we can just dive forward. But if this is too intense for a shoulder, that one that is feeling any sort of pain can always come down and grip somewhere else. That gives it a little less range of motion, so you can still get the benefit of the stretch. So both of those hands up, otherwise, inhale up, and exhale, reach out and begin to melt. So you're just gonna naturally compress down into the stick. And you might even sway a little bit if it feels good to you. I'm gonna just invite you to do what your body is craving. So maybe it's reaching a little bit further, maybe it's just melting and relaxing and letting those ears draw close to the biceps. Still breathing, staying connected to your breath. We've elongated and stretched out, keeping those hips glued to the seat. We'll come back to the center and gently press back up. And we're going to start waking up these legs by bringing them in together and then out, okay? In and out, in and out. Good. So you can stay right here, and you're just naturally pressing down so that you can still stay tall. So that's the nice thing about this is we're not here, we're not overly relaxed and putting no effort in. We're still lifted and mindful. So if you want, you can add a little jumping jack here. Trying to keep the upper body still, so we're really tightening that belly button in, really pulling it in towards the spine. So we're gonna keep it going for about 10 more seconds here. You guys are doing awesome. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and reach forward. If you ever feel any pain in your low back or your low spine, we are working a lot of core. And with core, that's not just your abdominals, that goes all the way around, just like a girdle. So if you are feeling any of those muscles getting worked a little bit too much and it's a little painful, then you can always come back and stretch out the lower back just by reaching forward, okay? So you can always come back here. All right, we're gonna come up tall and we're gonna start working into the upper body a little bit more. So let's place the hands under the handle and relax up tall. Just natural compression so that we can rise up and stay lifted, pressing to rise a little bit here, belly button tight. And as you inhale, and arms are gonna reach back and behind. And exhale, plant and switch. Inhale, and exhale. Good. You might even reach those fingertips away from one another. And exhale, creating a line of energy. Inhale up from fingertip to fingertip. Exhale back. Good. One more on each side. Big reach. Spread those fingers apart from one another. And back. Last one. And come back to the center. Nice job. Let's bring it to the outside of our right foot. So I'm your mirror, so whenever I tell you guys to do something on your right side, it's just as if you were looking into a mirror. So I'm gonna guide you that way. So your left hand will come up top and your right hand will come down below. And then we're gonna focus over on this left side to tap out and then in. Out and in, okay? So we keep the ankle right below the knee on this one. We don't do this. Are you ready? Don't do this. Don't drop it and reach out. We are really working on our hip and our alignment here. So really focusing into this joint. Now, if this feels okay, you can add this upper body reach in the opposite direction for a nice healthy twist in the upper spine. Good. 3, 4. We're gonna do 4 left. Here we go. 4. Nice. 3. Good. 2. And 1. All right, so I'm not exactly sure how many we did on that side, but we're gonna bring it over to the other side and even it out. So we're gonna try to match that number. Here we go. Opposite hand up top, other hand down below, tapping out and in to start. Just getting into that rhythm, opening up that hip, little gentle tap and plant. Good. Now, like I said, if you want the upper body twist, then you can reach in the opposite direction. Good. Still keeping connected to that mind, body, breath. Inhales and exhales all on purpose. Good. Now we're gonna do 4 left. This feels about right. 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Coming back to the center. Nice job. We're gonna bring it all the way out over to the left, in line with our shoulder. We're gonna start with our hand on our hip, and if you want the hand up top and that feels good, then go ahead and place it there. Otherwise, we're rising and reaching out, keeping our hips glued to the chair, pulling that belly button, that core, tight in towards the spine, and then come back up. So the goal is to see how far can you reach out without having to press and bring yourself back up. So reach out and rise. Good, you guys are doing awesome. We've got 5 left. 5, 4, good, feeling that core ignite. 3 and 2, last one and 1. Good. Now if that felt good, you can just stay right there. But if you're ready to bring it up and connect it all together, press into that stick as you reach up towards the sky and then come back up nice and tall. Reach over, press into the stick, reach away from the body, and then come back up. Nice job. 3, still connected to the breath. Rise. Good. 4. We've got 8 of these, so I know you guys got it in ya. 5, good work. 6, pressing and rising, coming back up. 7, we got 1 more. Stay strong, big lift. And come back up. Place the back of that hand on the low back. And you can give yourself a little back massage. Feels really nice. And then we'll bring that stick in, pull that elbow down into the stick, and then lift up out of the waist. So if you have a little extra itch that you need to scratch, go ahead. Maybe you reach as high up between those shoulder blades as you can with the back of that hand. Maybe even pressing in the knuckles into the spine muscles a little bit. All right, so you can stay there and rise up tall and press down, engage your core, and then slowly come back up with control. Press down and rise back up. Good. 3, nice job. 4, still staying strong and connected to your breath. 5 and 6. Keep breathing. 7, belly button pulled in. 8, rising slowly. 9 and 10. Nice job. Everything that we did on this side, we're going to do the other side. So bring it over in line with the right side. Left hand on the hip. You can keep that hand up on top as long as it's comfortable. And then inhale, lift up, reach out, breathe, and come back up nice and tall. I almost forgot. We're not pressing down. So reach out, try not to press, come back up. Good. 3, nice job. Keeping that core tight. 4, 5, keep that outside hip glued to your chair. 7, I don't think I skipped one, but I could have. 8, 9, reach. Last one here, how far can you reach? And 10, come back up. And now if you want to add all the pieces together, you can reach up towards the sky with one hand, press down with the other, reach, hold it for a moment, and then come back up. Nice job. Still staying connected to your breath, you guys. I know you got it. You guys are doing amazing. 3, good. 4, got 4 left. We're going to 8 on this one. 5, good. 6, still staying tall in the spine. 7, good. Last one, here we go. 8, and come back down. Place the back of that hand on the low spine. Little back massage. We need that. We need that in our lives. Good, you can stay right there, or you can bump the stick in and get ready for the next exercise. Maybe walk up the spine with the back of that hand. Get that little itch that you need scratched. Little massage. All right, here we go. So up tall in the spine, press down, ignite your core, and then come back up. Pressing down, a little hold, and then gently come back up. Just being mindful of your movements. Making movements on purpose. Good. 4, 5, 6, good. 7, 8, you guys are doing great. Got 2 left. 9, good job, last one. 10, and come back up. Nice job. We're gonna bring it over top of the thighs, and we're gonna bring those hands straight underneath. Actually, this is the perfect time for you guys to take a water break. So let's go ahead, take a little designated water break before we move into the upper body. Hope the day is treating you well. On this day, it is a little windy outside, but it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. I have no complaints whatsoever. That's how every day should be. Just try to wake up with no expectations, no complaints, just taking it exactly how it is and loving it for as it comes. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do today. And I hope you are too. So back to our underhand grip. Here we go. We're gonna just tuck those elbows into the sides, squeeze those shoulder blades down and back so that we're lifted, we're broad across the chest, and we're nice and tall in that nice aligned posture, ears over shoulders over hips. Keeping those elbows in that alignment, so hips, elbows, shoulders, ears, we're gonna keep them there and then curl up into the chest and then lower down. Curl into the chest, lower down. Nice job. Okay, if you want to add the little tippy toes and the feetsies, then you can by coming up onto those tip toes and then lifting the toes as you go down, come up on those ankles. We're working the calf muscle, we're working in front of the shin, those muscles. and the ankle and the foot. These are all important things that we often forget about. So we're working on some mobility and strength in those joints. We got 4 left. Stay strong. 4, 3, keep that posture nice and controlled. 2, and 1. Relax it down. Nice work. Let's walk it all the way back to the back of our chair and get kind of comfortable here. And we're gonna just drop this over to the left side. So it's right by our hip, and then we can have the opposite hand on top and our left hand down below. And right here, this is where we're gonna be pressing. So we're gonna be pressing down because right away it activates our core. One thing that we do in this exercise, we're doing leg extensions here. We forget to actually use our core. So this exercise makes our body in line with what we're trying to do. We're trying to still stay tall and strong in our core, in our upper body, yet we're working into our quad muscle and our knee. So to do that, up tall, press down and extend that right leg, toes up, heel out, and then come back up, relax. Press and kick, and then come back up, relax. Press and kick, come up, relax. Nice job. That's 3, 4, good. 5, we're going to 10, 6, 7, good. 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Everything we do to this side, we do to the other. So we're just gonna flop it over, bring it to the other side. Got our left hand up top now, other hand down below. And as you press, we're going to extend out and then come back up nice and tall. Extend and come back up nice and tall. Good. 3, 4, nice job. 5, now if this is too much, then you just stay tall, a natural press and kick. Good, 4 left. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, nice job. Walk it forward to the front of our chairs and bring it back over the thighs. Our right hand is gonna stay on the handle, and then our left hand is gonna go under hand down below. So on this one, if this is too much for shoulders, if you have shoulder injuries and it's giving you some messages to maybe take a step back on that, then I want you guys to just bring both of those hands underhand. And that should help. That should help a lot. Start with a little minimal movement. Otherwise, we're gonna be reaching beyond the arms of the chairs if you have arms on those chairs, or you're just gonna be gently reaching away in each direction, looking at your surroundings, make sure you're not hitting anything. I've got a big wall behind me and I hit it almost every time, but it works. Okay, so here you actually press your right hand into your left hand into your right, and you just kind of get into a little rhythm with this one. Give your body some mobility. I know it craves it. So from side to side, keeping that belly button in, nice and strong. You might stay low to start, nice and low. But once you get going, if you crave to bring it back behind you a little bit, then you can, okay? So let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back, hands come together, windmill over to the other side. So our left hand can come to the handle. So this here versus an underhand grip is gonna open your shoulders a little differently when you reach and get that mobility. So that's why we do that. We even it out. So we're gonna go from side to side, side to side. Good. And maybe even reach up a little bit if you want to. Get that mobility going into those joints. This is the kind of stuff that helps you put your clothes on easier. Maybe reach across the countertop to get that brownie that you made. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And relax. Flip both of the hands over, and we're gonna move into a nice gentle kayak. Nice and easy. Nothing too crazy here. Just relaxing into it. nice and gentle. You might reach a little bit further outside of your chair, reaching those paddles out from side to side. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, here is your chance. We're gonna reverse it, going upstream, going upstream. We might not be going upstream, but we're holding our spot so we don't go downstream any further. That's what we're doing. All right, you guys doing great. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Place it right in between those toes, and a last little forward dive here. Nice work. We're gonna do a last little warm up for these legs before we stand up and do some balance and strengthening. Come back up. And we're just gonna do a little heel kick out, bring it in, heel kick out, bring it in. So you're just tapping that heel and then back in. So if you want to, you can stay there or move into a heel toe tap. So you reach out, connect the heel, and then the toe. Keeping that upper body still just by pressing down. So if you need a bounce, you can. But if you want that extra challenge to stay still, then that's what you're gonna do. Here we go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Last forward fold. And come back up. Nice work. Okay, go ahead and take a water break. When we come back, we're going to meet behind our chairs with our chair in front of us, and that way you have something to hold on to, a little extra stability. So go ahead, take that water, and I'll see you in 2 seconds. Okay, so now that we are behind our chairs, we're gonna be starting with a little marching in place, okay? So let's bring the stick over in line with our left foot. You can have your hand on top. We're just gonna start moving our arms and marching our legs. So you have this extra stability. If you need the chair in front of you, then you have it. Otherwise, here we go. Moving in, marching. Moving in, marching. So we're gonna kind of think of it as 2 rounds. 1 round on one side, and then 1 round on the other side. So, like I said, we're starting with a march in place, nice and easy. We've got 10 more seconds left, and then we're gonna be moving into some strengthening and stability, all my favorites. All right, 3, 2, 1, and oh my gosh, look at what I did to my whole layout here. Okay, so with the stick still over on the left side, we're going to widen out our stance a little bit here, bringing it out in line with our shoulder. So on this one, we're just gonna be waking up the core, waking up the body, really finding our footprint on the floor. So really feel the edges of your feet connect into the ground below you. Your inner edges, your outer edges, the balls of your feet, and then into your toes. Start pressing into your toes and feeling that floor grip underneath you. And we're gonna be pressing into those feet just as much as we reach up and rise up out of our waist. And if you wanna add that press to rise, and then come back up nice and tall. Good. Reach up, press and rise, and then come back up nice and tall. Still have that strong foundation. 3, good. 4, nice job. 5, 6, reaching in opposite directions here. Good. 7, right arm reaches up, left arm reaches down. Good. Last 3, 2, 2, and 1. Last big reach. Come back up. Bring the feet together so that they're in line with your hips. And then we're gonna start with a standing leg raise out on the side here, the right leg. We're gonna shift into our left, and then starting with a toe tap out and then in, just kind of feeling out your stability in your hip to start. And then as long as you're feeling okay, then you can move with the last 10 reps here, where you can raise up, keeping that toe facing straight ahead, and then lower back down. One thing I don't want to see is this. Woo! It's like a yippee-ki-yay thing. We don't need it. If you need that chair, it's right here. Good. Nice job. Keeping that foot far away from the body, stretched out. Good. Not hiking anything up here. Got 4 left. So right now we're just using this as stability. So if you're pressing into it to hold yourself stable, that's okay. You're really working on balance there. Last one. Here we go. And then relax. Nice job. So now we've got our left leg. We're gonna start curling it back, line the thighs up with one another, and then lower down. If you need that extra stability or help with the stability, it's right here. And then curl down. Curl back, lower down. I'm gonna show you from the side here. When you curl it back, that toe points down towards the floor. So you have a nice flexed foot. And then come back down. We have 5 left. 5, good. 4, pull that belly button in. 3, good. 2, and 1. Nice job. Now one thing I'll point out here on this one is I never lock my standing leg out. So there's a tiny micro bend in this knee that keeps it nice, bouncy, stable, and ready for anything. But if it's locked out, it's not ready for anything. It's not good for the joint. So always have a nice soft bend in there. We are going to do everything we did on that side to this side. So we're gonna start by bringing it right next to your right foot, and we're gonna start marching in place, just like we did on the other side. We've got about a minute of marching. I think we can all do a minute of something. Sometimes it makes a minute a little longer, but for the most part, like I said, I think we can all do a minute of something. So that's what we're doing. If you want to start bringing those knees up a little bit more, moving those arms a little bit more, then you can. Just watch out for the chair in front of you. Good work. Okay, so we are going to do about 15-20 more seconds, keeping our belly buttons nice and engaged, so they're pulled in, core muscles strong, remember, just like a girdle, keeping your upper body nice and tall for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Oh, look, I did it again. Fixed enough. Okay, so we're over on the right side, so we're gonna spread those feet out a little bit, a little wider than hip distance apart, bringing our our right hand in line with our shoulder, and you can have the other hand on the hip, or as you start pressing into those feet, feeling the ground below you, rotating under the inner edges and outer edges of the feet, so you can really feel that whole footprint, digging those toes into the mat, or into the floor, into the earth, wherever you are. And as you reach up in opposite directions, press down if you want, and then gently come back up with control. Good job. I know you guys are all doing amazing. I know I can't see you, but I know you are because you're doing this. Good, nice job. Reaching out, pressing down. We've got 5 left here. You guys have got this. We all know you're capable of anything you put your mind to. Good. I think we've got 3, 2, good, and 1. Come back up. Nice job. Bringing those feet about hip distance apart. We're gonna shift over into our right foot, and starting with a little tap, you can stay right here. Stay right here if you wish, okay? Or if you want, you can add the leg raise. Now this is used for stability. So it might move on you to kind of show you where your balance is. If you're holding it really still, then you might have amazing balance. And if you have amazing balance, then try to on purpose press down. Good. So everybody has something that they're working on individually right now. Okay, you got 4 left. 4, keep that foot straight. Don't let it happen like this. Keep it straight out. Good. 2 and 1. Good job. Our outside leg is pressed into the mat, and we are going to curl back over on that right leg. Keeping those thighs lined up, keeping the belly pulled in. Good. 3, 4, 5. Nice job. You guys are doing great. 6. Stay strong. 7. Nice little micro bend in that standing leg. 8. Good. 9. Curl it back. Flex that foot. And 10. Come back up with control. Nice work, you guys. We're gonna bring it over, both hands, and then we're gonna just gently walk it back and do a nice little forward fold here, letting your heart melt towards the floor. A soft bend in the knees until you want to push the tailbone up towards the sky a little bit, and then you get that big stretch through the hamstrings. And breathe. Just melting into your space. This is your time, your space. Great work here. You guys have done amazing today. Now we get to kind of bring it down by gently bringing ourselves up, walking forward 1 little step at a time. And go ahead and take that water break, and we are going to meet back in our chairs. Now that we are winding down, we are going to park the stick right in between the heels for some stretches with the legs. I like to drape the hands over the top, see right through there, and just let the hands hang, the elbows hang, lifting up through the crown of the head, keeping broad across the shoulders, widen the feet out. Okay, so on this one, you're just naturally compressing, just naturally pressing down, not doing anything out of the ordinary, just relaxed here, but intentional. And we're gonna kick our right foot out, toes up, and then gently press and hinge forward, pressing to just help make sure that you're nice and sturdy and supported. And then you can hinge forward and feel that nice inner thigh stretch right here. So if you need to, you can even sway a little bit. I mean, it's not even if you need to, it just feels good. So do what feels good to you. Nice sway from left to right. Just kind of melting into this space, breathing it out. And if there's a really tight spot, hold it and then just inhale, exhale, and melt, and let that space release. That's what those exhales are for. We're going to gently press to bring it back up, plant that foot back wide, other foot kicks out, dig the heel into the ground, lift the toes up, and then as you press down, hinge forward and feel that nice inner thigh stretch. So everybody's different, but you can kind of feel around and find which direction. Maybe you bring it over towards the right a little bit and you feel a deeper stretch in here. And so those are just little things that you can feel out in your own body. Just take note. You might even pause and do those inhales and exhales to release some tension. Good. Nice and gentle. And then we'll come back up and bring it back in. I'm going to rotate to the side so you can see what I'm doing on this next one. Bringing that, keeping the stick, I guess, right between the heels. Still have those hands draped over. You can even interlace those hands if you want to. And extend one foot out, toes up towards the sky. Inhale, lift up, keeping the stick close to the body. Hinge forward with a flat spine. So you still are pulling your heart forward. Shoulders still pulled down towards the hips. And relax, feeling that nice stretch through the hamstring once again. And we're going to come back up and then just gently dip over to side, big toe to the floor, and then little toe to the floor. Just gently rolling over that hip, or over that ankle, and this works all the way into the hips, so that's why we are doing this. There's a reason for the madness. Okay, come back. Point the foot down, straighten that leg out, try to flatten that foot, and you'll feel a stretch right through the top. And then we'll amplify that just by pressing a little bit, rising up, and then hinging forward, and hello, there it is. Right through the front of that ankle, top of the foot. It's windy in here. Well, it's windy out there, but it's bringing it in here. Through that little window that I have cracked open. Like I said, it's a beautiful day out today in my world. All right, here we go. Reach it out, kick that heel out, toes up, hinge forward with that flat spine, and until you feel that really tight space, that stretch, then you can breathe. Nice breath work here. Still pulling that heart forward, relaxing and hinging at the same time. Good. Come up, gentle. Little drop from side to side. Good. Might fill it up into that hip a little bit. It's good range of motion. Loosening up that joint a little bit. Gets tight on us. And then point that foot down, lift up, press a little bit, hinge forward, and relax. Just breathe here, take a moment to just reflect how you take this time for you today. Everybody deserves their own time. Good. And gently. Nice job. Okay. So let's go ahead and open up the front body. Like I said, I'm going to be so close forward here. Okay. So we're going to open up the front body. Bring those sit bones to the edge of the chair if they're not already there. I just rotated, so I have to remind myself. And then bring it out in line with the left side. And then reach our right hand back behind to grab onto the back of the chair. We're lifting up, pulling our shoulders down and back, and reaching behind, okay? So both of those arms are straight. If it is hard to actually reach back, get that big opener here, then just reach and press that stick into the floor, pull the chest open. Heart goes forward, shoulders reach back behind. Then maybe you can grab onto that chair, breathe it out. On your next inhale, exhale over, bringing the free hand, your right hand to the outside of your left leg here and press into that knee. And you can relax that back arm as you twist. come back over to the other side. Bring it in line with your shoulder. I always like to have my hand down, but if you like to have your hand up, everybody's different. And you'll reach back, really press down, open up the chest, reach those arms back behind, and then maybe you can find the back of that chair and hold on, roll open. Now you can adjust, you might walk it down a little bit, really pull those shoulder blades down towards those hips, lifting the heart. On your next inhale, exhale to the opposite knee with that left hand, press in, relax that back arm and just breathe. Good, and now we are going to either drop it down to the floor or you can place it up against the wall, wherever works better for you to reach it later. And we're just gonna let those arms hang and open and close those hands. This is where we just kind of give ourselves some gratitude space. We all need some gratitude space. Some time to just be, provide ourselves a little bit of love. Good. And dropping those hands down, really start to circle those wrists almost like a corkscrew into the ground. Pulling those shoulders away from the ears. Other direction. Might feel a pull across the collarbones. Just breathe it out. And we're going to relax those arms and then gently drop the ear over to the shoulder for a little gentle stretch. Good, coming on up over to the other side. Feeling a gentle pull through the neck. Just letting gravity do its thing. Very gentle, and we'll come back up and then look over to one side. Chin over shoulder and breathe. And other side. Chin over shoulder and breathe. Good. We're going to inhale, and if you wish, reach up and then touch back between those shoulder blades and lift those elbows towards the sky, pulling that belly button in. Good. One more breath in here. And exhale, drop the arms down. Good, you might have felt a big stretch through those arms. So now if you want, you can gently close your eyes and bring the fingertips to the temples for a little massage. That space we hold all that tension from the stress in our lives. Maybe pressing those fingertips and walking them down to the jaw muscles. Walking those fingertips to the ears for maybe a little massage for the earlobes if you'd like. Walking the fingertips to the base of the skull where you meet the spine and massaging into those little muscles that hold everything together. Just gently, gentle presses, working your way down the neck. Once you reach those really tight spaces, areas that we hold stress in our lives, we're just gonna imagine we're just massaging that out as it melts away. And crossing over those opposite shoulders, we can squeeze down those arms. Starting to wake the eyes back up as we reach those hands. Then you might even pull the fingertips away from one another. Nice and gentle. Stretches our hands do a lot for us, so it's nice to Give them a little bit of time, a little bit of love. All right, great job, you guys. We're gonna drop it down to the sides, and on our next inhale, we're gonna lift up, filling up the body with nice, fresh air. Exhale, feeling alive and lightened for your day. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time for yourself and the practice that you put into sticking fit and staying happy, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Mwah.